Here's how you can use Aziggy's live trivia mode to create, host, and play your own trivia games at your events. To get started, we'll first have to create a quiz that contains all the questions for our trivia session. We'll first have to give our quiz a name, which I'll, in this case, give the name Demo. And we'll then have to choose the appropriate capacity, which is, what's the maximum number of participants that can join this trivia session, and then the default time per question. This basically means, do I want each question by default to stay up for 10 seconds, 15, 30, 60, 90, or do I want to make this quiz untimed by default, meaning questions stay up for as long as I want, and when I want to, switch to the next question or reveal the answer to this question and then switch, I can just click a button to do so, and there's no time limit. But in this case, I think 15 seconds is perfect, which will mean my participants have 15 seconds to answer each question. Of course, I can go in and manually change the time per question for each question. Once we create the quiz, I'll show you how to do that. But for now, I think 15 is perfectly fine as a default. I then have to pick the quiz type. By default, custom is selected. This means that you have to create all the questions for your quiz yourself. But I also have the option of creating an AI-generated quiz. This is a new feature we've rolled out, and it basically allows you to feed in your own educational materials or any kind of content you have, for that matter. It could be PDFs, Word documents, audio files, and we basically take that content and we generate trivia quizzes from the content automatically. So to demonstrate this, I'll be showing you another example in a minute. But before that, I just want to show you that you can also select from a quiz pack that we've curated. So there's a bunch of different quiz packs here that you can choose from, and you can choose how many questions you want to grab from that quiz pack. But for this case, I really want to take this opportunity to demo the AI-generated quiz system to you. So we'll take the chance to do that. So once I select the AI generated option, I'll see this little card open up, and it's basically telling me that to create the quiz, I first need to specify the number of questions I want the AI to generate. I think 10 is perfectly fine in this case, but you can go up to 50 questions if that's what you want. After that, we just have to find our educational content and drag and drop it in there. So for the sake of this example, I've found this PDF. And it's basically a article talking about the history of automobiles, and I think this would be perfect for my use case for my event. So I'm going to take this article, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop this article right into this little box here, and you'll see that it's been uploaded onto our server. Now, all I need to do is give a short description to guide Aziggy's quiz making process. So let's say, for the sake of this example, I'm a teacher who wants, who just did a unit on cars, and I want, or like the history of cars, and I want to kind of make a quiz on this. So I'll say, I recently made my students read this article, and I want to test their understanding key pieces of information in the text. So please make a trivia quiz from this content. That's it. That's all we have to do. After that, I just hit generate quiz, and Aziggy will take a moment to read through the file data, and it'll begin generating content for this game. And this should only take about a minute or so. What's really good about this is you only have to, you don't have to create any custom content for the quiz. All you have to do is take the content you already have and just feed it into the system, and we'll do all the repurposing and quiz creation for you. You'll see that the 10 questions have already been generated, and these are questions that you will find in the text directly. So for example, if we look at this question, it says, what's the top speed of the 1901 Mercedes designed by Wilhelm Maybach? And we can try to go in here and find that. And it says, it achieved a top speed of 53 miles per hour. And that's the correct answer. Do note that I can go in at any time and edit any of the quiz content. So let's say I'm not a fan of this question, question 7. I'll just go ahead and delete it, and it's gone. I can also edit any question, so I can, as I was talking about before, go to a particular question and change the time per question this question is allotted. So let's say I think this question, I should give a little bit more time for my participants to answer. I can go ahead and hit 30 seconds or 60 seconds even for them to answer it. With any of these questions, I can even add images and audio. So any kind of multimedia you think that might enhance the experience for your participants, you can go ahead and add it. So for this question, I might pull up a picture of the 1901 Mercedes and drag it, just go ahead and upload it. And when the question is displayed on the screen, that picture will show up. Okay, once I'm done with my quiz, all I have to do is create a room with this quiz. And this room is what my participants will be using to join. So let me go ahead and pick the name, car game, and I'll just use my phone to go ahead and join this quiz. So, boom. I've scanned the QR code on the screen. You can also, as a host, click to copy this link and share it through a Zoom or Google Meet chat. But for this example's sake, I've just scanned the QR code on my phone, and I'll go ahead and join in. Once I've joined in, you'll see that I appear under the players section on the left-hand side. And as a host, whenever you're ready, you can just click Start Game. And you'll notice that the timer has begun to count down, and the questions display on the screen, as well as on the participant's interface. And whenever they're ready, they can go ahead and answer. And I've answered, and it says that I got the correct answer. And so I've been awarded a point, which you can see on the left-hand side. And whenever I'm ready, I can go ahead and click Next Question. So as I noted before, I changed the time per question for this question to 60 seconds. So you can see now it's counting down from 60 instead of the default 15. And for this question, if I answer incorrectly, let's say the answer is planned obsolescence, but if I say consumer finance, it'll say that I got that answer wrong on my participants' view, and I don't get awarded any points for that. That's the basic gist of how you can use this live trivia mode. Of course, we're always open to new feedback, so if you have any feedback or if you have any suggestions or comments or questions, please do feel free to email me at hello@azigy.com. That's HELLO@azigy.com. Thank you.